Hey, happy Sunday morning. There we go. Want to zoom out? Happy Sunday morning. Hope you guys are well. Let me just check. Right. Came on a little early. It's sweltering out here. I don't know that I'll make it to Melrose, but we'll walk through the farmer's market and then walk down. Joe also is coming home in a couple hours, so I gotta get home. I don't know why he did this, but he left his keys. I knew I was gonna get caught on that somehow. Hey, Will. Happy Sunday. Hey, Joe. It is about 89 degrees here already. I walked the dogs like 9 o'clock and it was pretty cool. I thought maybe we were gonna miss out on the heat wave by a couple degrees, but yeah. WiLLuMPJuH Music City, the world's largest specialty record store at the time, with an advert for Kent cigarettes on the top. Hey, Gerard. I meant to look something up and post it, but there was a gentleman named Mark Smith, I think, that we met yesterday in Popeyes that watches sometimes, and he had mentioned that there was this YouTube clip of Terry Garr on the corner in the 80s, 70s. I'm gonna post that later if I can find it. I busted into the Nightbot right before I got on here. I never went into the Nightbot on my phone before. Kind of a pain in the ass. So it won't mention Los Santos streaming tomorrow or tonight. So we were just here last night, but we are about to dip left on Selma. And head into the farmer's market. Hello, Mark. And Mark. Gerard, happy birthday. Let me take a second and wish you a proper happy birthday. Well, or a Merry Christmas. That is just for you, Gerard. All right. We've come here before. We're going again, but we haven't come for a long time. I gotta tell ya, the best time to hit this place actually is like at 12:30. I'm not buying anything because I just can't carry it around. I'm sure there's a happy birthday sticker, but well, people were walking towards me and I was in the middle of the sidewalk. That would be a hashtag jackass. Me, I'm talking about. Not the guy in the pink t-shirt taking his picture in front of a Tesla. Alright, I'm gonna sneak over here. This farmer's market is huge. The last time we came here and actually bought something, it was a loaf of bread and I honestly ate it by the time I got home. Lots of like fun stuff to eat. But also really great flowers and produce. Although again, I'm not buying anything. Mark, do you ever, Mark Smith, that is, do you ever come to the farmer's market to get stuff? Oh, there's a walk by the fishmonger. I come to get stuff on special occasions, like the Super Bowl. I did not get what I needed from the farmer's market, though. You can have puppies in here. I used to buy a lot of herbs and plants from here that I ended up massacring. I don't know if I can say that, but it's kind of fun to grow stuff. Or cilantro that seeded because I couldn't use it fast enough. Cilantro is amazing if you like it. Joe, I kind of wish you were here so we could buy some stuff. What kind of grapes?
I was gonna make a salad.
I think the word that we are going to hear most today is salad. I think I've heard somebody say salad like 14 times. So Popeyes is going to be slow tonight. I'm not going back. I mean, I'll eventually go back to Popeyes. And wine at the farmer's market and avocados. We are right. 3 for $5. That's not a bad price, actually. We've been getting really teensy organic ones for like 99 cents from the market near us. Joe, you really should come here with me. Anyway, best time to come here is 12:30. Between 12:30 and 1, because everybody's kind of over it and packing up. I love getting flowers from here. Although, kind of dahlias for sure. But I don't know if they have any of those pen cushions. Those are pretty great. It's like a weird flower that looks like actually COVID. I don't really care to eat samples, man. Wow. It's a huge market, really. Ooh. We're not having salad tonight, by the way, Joe. We are gonna have stir fry. So I'll point out my favorite flowers if we actually see them. These red ones with the petals that this lady has, those, not smelly flowers, but they last forever. Ever. They just dry out and get kind of cool. So we were walking here the other night, although there was traffic and not people. There were two like 50s cars pulling into this parking lot over here. Cash accepted. I can only do Venmo action if I actually get anything from here. So it continues all the way to Cahuenga. and Hollywood, so it stretches sort of from Sunset to Hollywood. It's a little shy of Sunset, maybe a loading area. I always love this little nook over here. It usually has some kind of coffee. I'm not going to get any coffee. If anything, I'm going to get some organic water. Oh wait, this is an Erewhon. They got some gelato. Good morning. Actually love that kind of stuff for those everyday moments. Yeah, twice in my video. Sorry, it's too hot. I'll be as kind as possible. It is not inexpensive to come here, so I feel like, although it's really lovely opportunity to have, it's not really inexpensive, so I feel like if I come here I can't get vegetables for the week because by the time I hit Friday, they're too squishy. Alright, so this way towards Hollywood Boulevard. We're gonna walk up and down. Sorry. And we are looking for these red flowers with the little pins on them. I don't know what they're called, but I love them. And they kind of dry out and become much cooler. Or not much cooler, but they look cool for a long time. It's kind of like an art investment, that flower, and the Proteus, which they usually have here. All I'm totally sorry. Hey BD. I want some heirloom tomatoes actually. Just the smell of them from the middle of the aisle is pretty fantastic. I actually have bought meat from here before, which was actually really good, although I don't know if it was from that vendor. Oh, the orange smells great.
I did that in school. You put them in like a little wet paper towel and a plastic bag.
I don't know why this something like, oops, got a big yellow hanky hanging out of my back pocket. It's my sit if I need to. I don't know why they don't do something like this more often. Oh, I guess here, because traffic. I should have gotten here earlier for least sweat. Hey, Tecate time. I am sweating like an athlete. I want to just put a positive spin on that. Not bad to sweat. Pluots. If I had cash, I don't. I would buy a pluot. It is so hot by us. So we're gonna walk all the way to the end and then circle back. I just kind of want you guys to have a frame of reference for where this is if you're kind of newer here. We were just here last night eating Popeye's fried chicken. All right, let's go back in and out and head towards Melrose. I was actually really kind of worried that by the time I got over here I wouldn't want to walk that far. It is pretty hot, but I think I got this. I've dealt with voice. The only thing is I hate it when my sweat gets in my eyes. Galpin Family Farms. I thought they were the Toyota people. Kidding. I feel like I've seen Harry's Berries. Oh, in Oxnard, yeah. They're pretty famous. Wow. The peppers are pretty amazing, actually. Hey, mountain bike. So pretty big. We've walked through every part of it. I'm walking on the wrong side of the street. But we are gonna skedaddle out of here. If we can. You kind of have to practice defensive walking here. We're gonna walk towards Melrose now. People are charming. All right. Half of me wants an iced coffee. Half of me is kind of worried that it will have too much milk in it and will be yuckers. Warm milk on a summer day. The hottest of summer days. That was an incredible expression. So we love the farmers market, even though I really dislike crowds. They got everything. That smells great. It's like a little soap guy person on the end. Alright, but like not a glass of, so there's something about getting an iced coffee when it has a ton of half and half in it, which is like the first few sips are good, and if you get like a small one and don't drink it slowly, it's awesome. But if you get a large one and walk multiple blocks and drink it slowly, by the time you get like a third through, you just taste like a weird, gross milk taste. I really don't drink a lot of cow's milk any longer. I save my dairy for ice cream. Cinerama Theater. We're gonna cross here. Still head down towards Melrose. How are you guys all doing today? If it's your first time here, please give us a old one of those. Anyone will do. And if it's not your first time here, any one of those will do also. Oh, ice cream and cheese. And I also will occasionally, I get like an oat milk kind of, almond milk kind of creamer, but occasionally I'll just get half and half. Or heavy cream for my coffee for like a couple days. It is heavy cream and sugar. It's pretty nice, but after a bit I have to, I don't know, go back to the almond milk. I really don't want to drink ever. This is the old amoeba, by the way. I really don't ever want to drink a glass of almond milk either, and it sucks in cereal. You never get that delicious sort of leftover cereal milk. You just get this like wheat paste flavor. This used to be CNN. For those of you that thinks California's woke, not woke enough for CNN. I don't really know what I mean by that. I don't know what happened with me and milk. I used to drink milk like it was going out of style. I used to be so afraid of not having milk for something that I would buy the Parmalat Tetra packs of milk and just the shelf-stable milk. I couldn't imagine a life without milk, and then, I don't know, the longer I lived here, I almost hit that guy in the face of the camera, the longer I lived here, the less I drank milk or used milk, and now I just kind of, I'm off of it, but I always go for the full fat. I have full fat yogurt, full fat milk, because less sugar. Oh, I've had lactate before. Lactate eggnog at Christmas time. The best. Well, not better than the eggnog that comes in the glass bottle. I forgot who makes that. Some California dairy. Hey Lori, welcome. Thanks BD for helping me out. I can't always see the screen. Guys, this is a test coming up here. That building on the right side of the street was the home to the first Emmy telecast, but also the birthplace of I'm gonna see CNN is not there anymore. CNN, I feel like, we don't get too political, but all the news companies, except for maybe two, are like sort of scared, I guess would be the word I want to use. Hey, Simply Sonora, happy Sunday. I think CNN used to be a little more punchy. Poor NPR. I mean, that's usually the news I go for. It's a little biased to my political beliefs. But they all seem to be like a little spooked right now. CNN's losing money also, or has been losing money. And like MSNBC is now, I forget what, MS Whole Foods or something, I can't remember. I love this building. It's a really nice courtyard restaurant over here. We're across from the lovely mall that is never open. Uh-oh. Closed due to power outage. Well, that means we can stick our camera in there and not feel bad. Closed due to power outage. Everyone gets the day off. So what was here at some time, but I think a little further down the street, was the original, I think, Fairbanks and Pickford studio before it moved a couple blocks down. Yes, the Brugière's Dairy. I always end up holding on to those stupid glass milk bottles thinking I'm gonna bring them back, and I've got like 5 under my sink. This is Gwen. This just recently closed. It is Curtis, or was Curtis Stone's restaurant. It is pretty cool inside. Or if it didn't just close, it's about to move. I only ever saw it on TV. So far, I'm gonna make a stir fry a little later on. And that's all I got planned. Just gonna wait for Joe to get home. I think anything in a glass bottle tastes better. Honestly, like Diet Coke. Actually, you can get a 6-pack of Diet Coke in glass bottles at my grocery store near my house, but it's like $9.99. I also wouldn't buy 6 bottles of Diet Coke and put it in my house. Because I would drink them all. But also, like, when you get like a Coke from Mexico, well, first of all, it has sugar in it instead of corn syrup, so that's a bonus. But also, I feel like the glass holds the carbonation better on some stuff. On all stuff carbonated. Also, with what we know about plastics and microplastics and PFC, I mean, we don't want to go down that, I don't think so, but Systems League of Los Angeles. So this is Sunset Sound. Pretty famous studio. And it's right across from Crossroads of the World, which is not so famous, but you might remember it from L.A. Noir when we went there. I'm gonna turn down Cherokee. I need some stamps, actually. I wish the post office, this is the little Cherokee post office. I don't usually go to this one. Right? Janis Joplin's final album was recorded here. I kind of, I feel like I'm probably full of plastic by now, too. I think Gwyneth Paltrow sells a plastic magnet on Goop that you could get, and it will just, like, pull the plastic out of you. I'll post a link to that. And then just, like, I'm joking about that. But I'm sure there's some new agey, crazy clickbait thing you can do to remove the plastic from your body, like put an aspirin in Bengay and let it sit overnight in your belly button. Solved. I made everything up I just said. I'm joking. All for entertainment purposes. Actually, I think that might be one of my favorite U2 songs. Angel of Harlem. It's like the falsetto bridge. I love a good bridge. If a song is just mediocre but has a really great bridge, I can really learn to appreciate it because it gives me something to look forward to. I would want to be on Newsmax because that's like the max news you can get. Also, they cover UFO stories, Newsmax does. Or The Onion. I get all my news from YouTube anyway. I'm joking. I love my news feed. My Apple News feed, which is totally geared towards stuff I love, as everybody's news feed is. We're gonna follow the shade, sorry. There's a topless man there. Newsmax is hilarious. There's one that makes me even madder, which is like the Fox Internet News. It's like, if you're gonna be a fascist, at least have good clothes, dude, and a well-ironed shirt and a properly tied tie. And I'm kidding, but it's the internet, Fox Internet News. I can't stand. Ozge! I'm sure the beaches are jammin', slammin' today. Look at everybody's out. Look at this yard sale. It's almost as busy as the farmer's market. Should we shop? That metal fan is kick-ass. I've owned that before. I don't know what happened to it. Motor burnt out. You've never seen Newsmax? Or, the Fox News online, yeah. It's like the live feed when you look for live news. Like, something happens, and I'll be like, live news, or whatever we type in or go to. And it's this guy, and the studio actually looks like, it's not even like a green screen, but like just a really, like his office at home. And his clothes are always so, just a little off. But this is probably why I never appear on camera, because my clothes are so awful and I'm just a little off. So thank you guys so much for being here today. Let me just take a quick, I'm going to check the internet. Don't go away. Hopefully. I think I could get drunk from hand sanitizer, like just rubbing it on. I'm a one drink drunk. You are. Cheap date. I think that guy screamed out to me, I better not be on videotape. I don't use a videotape at all. We're making our way to Melrose right now. I'm just taking the shady side streets. We're on Las Palmas. I'm a terrible lightweight, actually. I just never acclimated myself to drinking. In fact, Okay, so I mostly abstain. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's expensive. Hold on, let me do a... Never mind. Looks like it worked itself out. I think it's really expensive. When I did drink, you know, I would get an expensive bottle of whiskey. And by expensive, I mean Glenlivet or something like that, 40-something years old. And I would have it for like 3 years because it's so disgusting. You would just like have it every once in a while. The yellow place is really, really cute actually, and this whole little like area right here, this used to be full of those little yellow places, but they tore it down probably, I don't know, 10 years ago. When I very first moved here, I actually lived right around the corner from here in a teeny tiny little house, and I think I partied at the other houses that were there. This is Las Palmas. We've walked on the bottom half of Las Palmas before. That's the studio, part of Desiloo, where like the Addams Family was produced and other shows. I think a couple weeks ago we walked down this way on our way to get a burger at the Tesla Diner. And I'm joking also, we never went to the Tesla Diner, but we went to the Tesla Diner to gawk. And we walked by the pink studio and the security guard came out and asked me if she could help me. I should have said, yeah, can you open the gate so I can walk around? Stupid. Hindsight is 20/20, eh? Cecilia Wilson, happy Sunday. Nice to see you. Good afternoon. We left the farmer's market. A few ago. It was really hot and crowded. Everybody in town is making a salad. If this were Pee-wee's Playhouse, we would have made salad the word of the day, in which case you guys would all have to scream every time you heard it. Hey, anorexic. Oh, pouring rain. I would love some pouring rain. We're gonna cross down and then take L.A.Bee towards Melrose, and then take Melrose west to east. East to west, sorry. Cecilia, you can always watch it. Tomorrow we went to Popeyes last night. Groundbreaking chicken. Oh, gee. Every once in a while, I just step off of a curb like that, and I can handle it. It's just kind of jarring. The feeling of falling. All right. So part of this was Desiloo, which brought us I Love Lucy. On the right we have the Bancroft School coming up. I think it's the very next block. And then we're going to take a right after that. super sunny, so I can only read in the shade. Oh, we definitely missed you. We were hoping that you were having a great time, Cecilia. It'll happen. No, the building to the left is Desiloo. And just the last time I went over there, a security guard came out. But they're all sound stages. Let's see we can maybe see the posters. Ozzy and Harriet, the Beverly Hillbillies. Actually, they got a new gate because the last time I was here, it was a little more chained off. The Marx Brothers. And the Addams Family is the last one. I think the Addams Family should have come first. Hey, SheClicksBricks. Guys, happy Sunday. In the shade for 1 second. Let me thank members real quick before I forget. Done. And boom. Still working on getting something a little more streamlined. But I really can't say thank you enough. Ozzy and Harriet was definitely before my time. I don't even think they were like I was watching Donna Reed when it was on Nickelodeon, and I think Father Knows Best on Nickelodeon also, like in the late 80s, early 90s. But I don't remember anybody playing Ozzy and Harriet. I'm sure, I can't remember what actual studio this was before, like it became Desiloo. And wasn't Star Trek Desiloo too? Like the original Star Trek? Where was the Star Trek poster? I'm not a Trekkie. In the Addams Family TV show? Or the movie? No, the movie, it was someone else. Sean Astin. Oh, isn't that Patty Duke's child? I remember the Patty Duke show from Nick at Night. Patty Duke Astin. They're cousins. Identical cousins. I love the Addams Family TV show. Also, the Addams Family TV show, I don't know if there's a new one, but the original, like, black and white one, it had a really short run on television, so it's not like Happy Days or that type of rerun that they had like 600 episodes of. So it would only come on in like the skit. It was kind of like, all right, a little boomer action here. But remember like when The Wizard of Oz was on CBS? It would come on like once a year, and you couldn't wait for The Wizard of Oz to come on. I liked the Munsters also, but the Munsters, and the Munsters was a little more sitcom-y somehow. I think maybe the Munsters was a better show. Definitely loved me some Fred Gwynn though. So I loved the Goonies. I mean, I could go home and probably watch the Goonies. I think it's kind of to kids that grew up in the 70s and 80s. The Goonies is like how I remember my no pirate ship or cave slides or Cyndi Lauper song. Oh, actually, girls just want to have fun. You know, nothing like that, but like that was my childhood. See you at sunset. That's a long time. I think I heard about Ozzy and Harriet growing up. I'm gonna switch my network for 1 second. Hang tight. I mean, so back to the Goonies, because I'm not sure if I was buffering or not, but like literally every summer, my mother would go to work, my father would go to work, my mother would get home at 6, and we'd have that whole day to ourselves. We had a swamp in our neighborhood, a New England swamp, so no alligators or just water moccasins, and the woods, a place we called the woods, and a Dairy Queen and a park. I don't know, we were out forever. Also a wooden trestle crossing the Merrimack River. But the Goonies was a classic. I saw it twice in the movie theater. This is the biggest shame of my life, and both times I fell asleep. It wasn't until it came out on videotape that I finally actually saw it. But even from what I saw, the 2 times I fell asleep, I loved it. Oh, Gordon Gecko, I am super sorry. I will send you a little sunshine, because I definitely don't need all of this sunshine. I think I just made a mistake. Hold on for 1 second. I don't know if I got rid of the show chat view. There we go. I fell asleep twice. One time that I don't want this guy to think I'm taping him. One time that I went to go see it, was camping, right? And we went to the movies on our way home from camping at night. And so, like, we were probably pretty just too exhausted to go to a movie. The second time I saw it at my local theater, and I still fell asleep. I'll have to check out. I don't know a lot about Ozzy and Harriet. They were definitely mentioned a lot. And they're kind of a reference. The perfect couple of the nuclear age. I know, that's the craziest thing, that Josh Brolin and Barbra Streisand, it must be really hard to be, even if you're pretty amazing in your own right. I'm not pro or con Brolin, I'm just saying, like, even if you're pretty amazing in your own right, to marry somebody just enormous, like the well-known. Yeah, the father Brolin is married to Barbra Streisand. I think like somebody like Barbra Streisand is just literally so famous and has been famous for so long, and probably is used to just getting her needs met, whatever they might be, you know, from food to fashion to a painted white microphone. Only a painted white microphone. And I don't really know anything about Barbara Streisand personally, but unless she's like a really down-to-earth person, like I just would imagine it would be difficult to be married to Babs or Madonna or Taylor Swift. Maybe even Cher. You know, I think I remember seeing a movie when I was a kid called The Main Event with Barbara Streisand. I think this is around the time she had super puffy sort of perm. I cannot imagine being married to any of those people. But you know what? They might be great people and really down to earth, and they're just like an image that we see. But I know that Barbara Streisand is a diva, and I heard about the white microphone thing a couple of times. I would think you would not want a white microphone because you're holding that close to your teeth. And anything that is pure white next to teeth makes your teeth look not quite as pure. Her 70s perm was just... I liked it on some people. In fact, you know, like, we're gonna go back to Three's Company here, but remember when Janet had like the curly hair? Like, I love that. And I love that type perm, but just somehow not on Barbara Streisand. We are on Melrose and Highland, Hancock Park. We're gonna go right. I probably should cross here because it's shadier. On the other side. And that works for me. Not on this street, just for your information, is the house from Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, so I don't think we need to walk any further down it. This is the Hollywood Media District. Speaking of Addams Family, didn't I just say I didn't know if there was a new Addams Family show on? There totally is. It's that one. I don't know if anybody has watched. Let me know if I should watch it while I have Netflix. Alright. Because we are almost through watching all of our Netflix's stuff. So, time to say ciao. This place, Osteria Mazza, is so good. So, we had Domino's the other night. This place makes Domino's look like Little Caesars. I think it's one of the best Italian restaurants. I don't often like Italian restaurants either, because I feel like I can make Italian food. But one year, my boss took myself and one of my associates there as our Christmas bonus. Girl, I really would have rather had cash, even if it was like $50. But I like the experience. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. Oh, come on, cash. I love a spicy meatball. Actually, making meatballs and having meatballs for a couple days is really great. They're so versatile, meatballs. You can eat them cold or heated up. You can eat them in a sandwich. I love a good hot meatball on top of a bed of spinach. A little extra sauce. Really delicious. When I got a new car a couple years ago, I got in an accident driving it up this street. There was somebody's 1993 Subaru something like sticking out a little bit. Not that that mattered. And it was really, I had the car for 2 months. It was 5 inches bigger than my other car. I'm OCD, so you know I measured it to make sure it fit in my parking spot and whatnot. And trying to move out of the way of that car, there was like a black trash can in the middle of the street. I just skidded out of the way of the trash can and back into the car and like tore their front bumper off. At sunset on New Year's Eve, actually. So the worst, it was Sunday. Very important for the story. So I get out of my car, my brand new car I've only had for literally 2 months at this point. And look for a pen in my glove box. I'm gonna leave a note. The street is totally dark. And I hear some lady screaming, "Don't you hit and run! Don't you hit and run!" And I'm like, where is that voice coming from? And my door is open. I'm not gonna hit and run. And I just bumped your 93 Subaru. I think we're gonna live. Anyway, I didn't say any of that. I was like, I'm just looking for a pen so I could leave you a note. That's my son's car. I was like, okay, great. Can you send him out here maybe? Anyway, she didn't have her phone. Her phone wasn't charged. I couldn't send her pictures. I couldn't email her. Even though she lived right there, she wouldn't take any of my information. She made me wait for her son. I popped their little tiny bit of bumper off the front of their car. I actually popped it. I actually popped it back on before I left. My insurance went up so much, and they claimed that it cost $4,900. Terrible. This place actually has really great coffee. And if you like comic books, the Golden Apple used to be right here, which is a comic book store. It might not be here, so if you like comic books, bring one. Oh, it's still there. Hey, Mick. Good for you. They're just nothing but a pain in the ass. Especially in a metropolis like this. I literally only needed a car when I worked on the other side of town. Thanks. They only stopped because I have the gimbal. Otherwise they would have plowed through that. And I wish they had. Look, is that Miley Cyrus? Oh, it's Paris Hilton. Duh. It only says "From Paris with Love." Karl Lagerfeld is no longer with us. Really, from Paris with love? They make impossible everything. Sorry for talking about meat stuff. You could even make like little, what is that stuff called? Matzo balls? Or falafel balls. That's what I meant. I love falafel. I just don't like to cook it because the smell kind of hangs out with ya. We're gonna walk down the cooler side of the street, the shadier side of the street, which is this side of the street, Melrose Avenue. I think you can find some pretty cool stores down here, independent places, but also chains like Milk. We're gonna just walk down this block into the alley, because in addition to really cool stores, they have really awesome graffitied alleys. And I'm paying T-Mobile. What? Oh, there's no graffiti here now, except for this chair. Plot twist it, work it out, flip the script. Pete writes, 2025. Flip the script. Hashtag Pete writes. Oof, the only thing we're getting back here is nothing. We've walked back here before. I'm gonna walk back on the street. It's also dumpsters, and it's hot. It smells dumpstery. Well, everybody says that. Nobody has one for the Dutch people, though. I ain't never heard anything for the Dutch people. Ain't never. Anything I can think of is kind of cool. Like, when they call you a clog. Everyone loves clogs. Oh, cloggies. I think that kind of sounds cool, though, cloggies. Also, froggy sounds kind of cool. The froggy and cloggy are the least insulting. I think kraut is pretty insulting because I think it goes back to 1941 or 1940s, or, you know, that time. I'm walking super slow to give this lady space, but also to stay in the shade as long as I can. So I'm gonna just tell you, whether it's Europe, anytime there's a border, people are not gonna like the people on the other side of the border. Prime example, The Simpsons, Springfield and Shelbyville. What? Also, New Hampshire and Massachusetts. We always called them massholes growing up. Then I was proud to be one. L.A. and San Francisco have a beef. East Coast, West Coast have a beef. I remember hanging out with some French guy that kept making fun of Belgians. A big slang was, "Your mother is a Belgian." I like Belgium. Why, that's no insult to me. East Hollywood versus West Hollywood. I know you hear it in my voice sometimes. I try to play it off. West Hollywood is really very, very nice. It is just not as interesting to me. It's interesting historically, but like as a place to go and party, I hate crowds. Oh, that was a... Long Beach versus everyone. Long Beach in LA, San Francisco in LA, Northern California, Southern California. I don't think Vermont and New Hampshire have an issue. If you're from Vermont, let me know in the comments. I can't think of anything bad we ever said about Vermont, or Maine for that matter. So I don't... Oh my gosh, I'm missing a total Paris story, so I will go back and read this later on. I kind of have a soft spot for her, but maybe I won't after reading my comments or the chat. Joe is up at his niece's birthday. Excuse me. I thought it was, I honestly, if you're talking about the Karl Lagerfeld photo shoot, I actually thought it was Miley Cyrus. My only Paris Hilton story, which is not as bad as yours, is the only time I was ever in Us magazine was behind Paris Hilton, and it was only my sleeve. Thank God. It's okay. I'm not a fan of the Kardashians. And it's all kind of from the same mother ditch, if you will. So my schedule for September, starting this week, is going to be Thursday through Sunday. This Thursday, I'll put the post. I always say this and wait a day, but I'll put the post up for Sunday for this Thursday, like Toot Sweet. We're going to go down to the Art Walk again and go to the Hive and just like wherever else we want to go down there and are able to check out. And we're going to see Big Will DJ, hopefully. Yeah, I can imagine that she would be difficult to be married to. Or her sister. Her sister, though, just seems like... kind of reminds me of Ivanka Trump. Paris Hilton kind of has her own sort of identity. I never liked Ryan Seacrest. It would be interesting, and you know, I'm sure it exists, but it would be interesting to like dip into a parallel universe where the Kardashians maybe never existed, or social media was somehow, we had never had Facebook, but Instagram, I don't mind Instagram, although I know how it can be for hard it can be for people, some people. I just have a hard time posting. Hey Mary, happy Sunday. This is Wasteland, which is a huge vintage store, BD. And I think they also refashion some stuff here, which kind of nifty. But you can get a polyester cowboy shirt. I don't know who Alec is. I don't think that's anybody famous, but, or maybe they're famous. I kind of like it. It almost looks like an ad though. Grab life by the claw, it says. I'm kidding, I'm talking about this guy. This is actually a painting also. Nice. House of Intuition for a very long time was like in Silver Lake on Sunset Boulevard. It was literally a house like tucked into the hill. I wonder if it's still there. Everybody's on the shady side, so max people watch. Sorry though. That's pretty loud. Sorry about that if we scared your neighbor's dog. Or your dog for that matter. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to not be behind these people. There's Marathon Burger. Oh, whoa. Venice. Alright. I have got to cross the street eventually to go back up into Hollywood. Well, that's a pretty clever use of bandanas.
What's up, Ice Coffee? How you doing, bro?
The guy's live streaming right there. Hey, Jay. I love the Rockford Files. How's it going? The original one. Did they make a second one? I feel like they did, with Kathy Bates as Jim Rockford. I watched The Brood last night. Cronenberg's The Brood. Little Canadian horror movie. But I only watched like the first, I think, 2/3 of it. I've seen it a bunch of times. It's kind of scary, but then like most Cronenberg, it just gets fucking weird in the end, and you're kind of like, oh. But it was pretty good. Wait, what am I missed? I hope Travis and Taylor. I'm gonna stand in the shade and read some comments for a couple minutes. I feel like I would run into the wife of James Garner every once in a while. Oh, the hype thing. Oh, that's great. Feel free to hype. I had seen that. I sure would appreciate a hype. So because it's Sunday, fun day, I'm going to walk back up to Hollywood on maybe off-ish La Brea. Because super hot. La Brea and Highland. Actually, Highland's not so bad, but La Brea is like the hottest street in the city. There's just like no trees. Cookies. I was actually looking at the wheat paste stuff. Destroy the system. Let me see me. On the almighty, one and only Richard Pryor. I thought somebody was sitting in that car for a second. I would feel like a creeper. I think the hype is only on mobile. Hype? So let's wander up towards Hollywood. We're gonna take the cool way. Cute little neighborhoods. Oh, maybe I just saw somebody talk about, why would you need that car so loud? Maybe I just saw somebody talk about the hype thing then, or I saw like something on it, but I feel like I saw it somewhere. He told us about a video that I'm going to share with you guys later today with Terry Gar. He's a local guy and he watches sometimes. Hey, Mark Smith, named Mark Smith. And he's lived in Hollywood for 40 years. A true Hollywood, I don't know what Hollywood people call ourselves. I think I'm maybe just an Angelino also. Hey, Mark. I'm going to post the Terry Gar video later today. I meant to do it this morning. While I was walking here, it popped into my head. But then I remembered that my Nightbot kept talking about a video game that we were going to play tomorrow night, which we already played, so I deleted that. That took me 20 minutes. I sometimes think about the Hollywood that I've seen change in the 22 or so years that I've lived here. Because Hollywood Boulevard definitely changed. It used to be a lot different when I first moved here. I'm gonna look it up.
39 seconds per mile.
So, I actually have my watch on today. I've only done 3 miles. It feels like 4. I feel like when I first moved here in 2002, wow, that's for 24 years, there used to be a lot more kids hanging out on Hollywood Boulevard. And I think that, only Mark could tell us, if you were 20 years before that, you were still at the end of the 80s. Not a great time for the studios, but it seemed like Hollywood was pretty creative then. '86. Where do you live in LA, Kyle? I was always told not to walk down Hollywood Boulevard too, but Screw that. I've been walking Hollywood Boulevard since I moved here. I never used to walk on the stars because somehow mentally I thought they were under there. And to be honest with you, I had heard someone say that to somebody one day, and I was like, oh my god, I did too. Hey, you go! Thank you so much for the blessings. We reciprocate those blessings. Thanks for joining us on this fine, hot Sunday, Memorial Day weekend. Anybody doing any barbecue-y type things? Fun stuff? Corona. How hot is it? Ah, I like Corona. For like 2 months I lived in the Inland Empire. Which I don't think Corona's in the Inland Empire. Which I didn't. I loved the sort of suburbanness of it, but also I didn't want to move there. I didn't want to live there. Coming from Boston, it really felt quite quiet. Although the sky is beautiful at night. As you can see stars. I think the first year I moved here was one of the Leonid events that happened in August, the Leonid meteor showers. And it was kind of amazing to watch. Meteors in my life. Well, we're glad to see you, Takate. I'm gonna like pause for 1 second in this shade. Oof. The hand sweat. We're in West Hollywood right now. Sort of the residential part. It's really cute. I have looked at apartments here. Not on this particular street. They're usually a little smaller than something you would find in East Hollywood, and parking here is definitely a premium. Jay, I think it's like 89. Let's see. There. Simply Sonora will tell us. I think everywhere in California it's possible to get housing assistance for sure. And I think any new building has to have a couple of low-income units in it. I don't know about these buildings, but these buildings, anything built before the 90s, is rent control. Rent control doesn't always mean cheap rent. That means that this apartment that costs $800 for that person that moved in like 2000. When they move out, it goes to market rate. So it could be like $3,500. It's the biggest bill we pay is rent usually, or mortgage. What a cute little house. How did it survive? My rent is definitely my biggest bill. Oh no, I'm not a building manager. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because I have this, I'm gonna sound like I'm tooting my own horn here, but I have this like innate sense of what being courteous is, and as a building manager, I think I would impart that courteousness to other people, or make it the law of the land. I would, such things as when you see your neighbor coming and their arms are full of groceries, hold the door for a second so they don't have to fumble to get their keys out too. It's always a nice thing to do. Or when you're done washing your clothes, take the lint out of the dryer, and then that powdered detergent that you got all over the washer top, maybe give it a wipe down. Don't let your dog piss on the property. I couldn't be a building manager. I would turn into a real butt. Oh, sorry, I missed that because it's so hot. Oh, thanks, Jay. But you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to manage the way other people live either. Like, the people next door to me have parties sometimes, and they sound joyous and fun and loud and noisy. And we can hear them laugh through the wall, and we kind of laugh along with them because the laugh is hilarious. But, like, so the building manager at 12 o'clock on a Saturday night has to tell them to turn the sound down. I just go to bed. I wouldn't want to be the person. I wouldn't want to be the law. I always thought it would kind of be cool to have like an apartment building, own an apartment building, like with 1 or 2 rentals in it as a way to make money, but I think that might be a real nightmare. Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. That burger smells really good. I have to have a healthy food. Only one healthy food today. I have to have healthy food today, I think. Guac Daddy? Less talk, more guac. Oh, one of those in Los Feliz. I think Joe keeps... Ooh, I smell gas. I think Joe keeps checking in on me. But I think his niece Penelope's birthday was at 11 a.m. Happy birthday! I love guacamole also. Another really awesome, really great avocado treat is if you don't really want to make guacamole, you can just scoop the avocado out, right? Mash it. If you get like a really nice piquant green olive oil, drizzle that on the mashed avocado with a little bit of truffle salt. You know I hate mushrooms, but the truffle salt is amazing. It is so good in chips. But it's got to be like a grassy olive oil, because otherwise you're just putting like oil on top of something kind of fatty. But the green Greek olive oil usually It is my favorite. Truffle salt is hard to find. I love a torta. There are these, I think it's a torta, but the roll is different. There used to be this place called Frida Tacos, and they had a torta, and they would always run out of the torta bread for some reason, and it was just kind of different than like a regular torta that we get from the taco place near our house. I think I probably got it at like Williams Sonoma. The truffle salt. Or Sur La Table. I don't think it came from a grocery store. But I feel like a couple years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, like truffles were on everything. And it was easier to get truffle olive oil. It's not good with the truffle olive oil or truffle whatever. You get truffle fries everywhere. In fact, circle the time that I got my, oh look, it's my reflection on top of Kelly Clarkson. There's never a reason to stop liking shrooms. I'm almost back to the Highland Street, so I'm gonna walk up Highland and go to Hollywood Boulevard, walk to Vine, and then I'm gonna go home and chill out while you're all here. Oh, it's Emile. Emile is on delivery. So I also love a Spanish torta, which is potatoes, manchego cheese, and some kind of sausage you can put in there. And so that was always my version of a torta. It's like something you cook in a pan with potatoes. When I came here, it became a sandwich. I feel like there's something in New Mexico, like a New Mexican version of a torta that is different. There's one torta I got, I'm pretty sure it was Frida Tacos, which was on Melrose actually, and is gone. Had this really great torta that they made the bread or dough every day and would run out of it. It was Emile. They're delivering some croissants and dark coffee. Has anybody ever gotten a Starbucks delivery to their house? Hey, Bougage. I love a caprese salad. I wish I had gotten one of those heirloom tomatoes. They're probably half price now, as they're packing them up. Not that I'm cheap, but you know. I think I would never order Starbucks to work, but other people would, and I would jump on that party train. I live 2 blocks from a Starbucks. But one time I ordered coffee from Starbucks to be delivered because we were out of coffee. And it just wasn't the same as getting it in the store. We're on Route 66. Starbucks is either just fantastically delicious or it tastes bad. There's never an in-between. I almost crossed. They have an arrow. I'm gonna do it now. I'm too hot to stand in the sun. Yeah, you can Uber Eats it. At work, I had no problem letting somebody do that, but like if we were out of coffee, but we always used to have Nespresso at my work, so I love me some Nespresso. I cannot have an espresso machine, kind of the same way I can't have Diet Coke in the house, because we got a brand new Nespresso machine during the COVID, or towards the end of COVID, and we had an espresso machine like in a box in our house. Somebody gave me one, which was really nice. Thanks, Linda. And we were going through so many sleeves of coffee because you just pop it in, and I need 2 pods to make like a full cup, 2 or 3 pods. So we were going through like a sleeve and like a half every day. And those coffees are expensive. But also I started having caffeine heart palpitations. We were drinking so much coffee. That's okay, Ozge. We're happy you're here. We're here for you whenever you're ready to chat. Okay. Let's walk to the Tesla Cafe. Just to see how slow it is 2 weeks later. Speaking of Starbucks, I'm not gonna get anything at the Tesla Cafe. I will in 2 years from now when it's really not cool anymore. I kind of like to take the slow route to virality by doing things people did 2 years ago. Hence the Popeyes chicken sandwich last night. Alright, I'm gonna hit the button and stand in the shade. Oh, hey, My Life Matter. If I miss anybody's chat, it's super bright, so it's not always easy to see the chat, but I wish you all the best. Whoa. Sounded like that don't walk signal just like farted on me. I have to be careful walking up the streets here because this is where I was almost mauled by that German Shepherd. I think they're still looking for me. Oh, you know we're getting closer because here comes a big old silver refrigerator. And another one. I have to say, just when they first showed that car, I definitely was like, that's kind of cool looking. Like, some concept cars are really cool looking. And then, when I saw it in person, I was like, oh, Looks like my dream refrigerator. But now I just don't love Elon so much that I can't even slightly like it. So here's the Tesla Cafe. Huh. Oh my god, there's still people here. I'm not knocking it. I love a small business, like a small restaurant like this. But they've changed the menu a couple times. And it hasn't gotten a great review. I'm just guessing people are here because it's Memorial Day weekend and they're on vacation from somewhere there's not a Tesla Cafe. Because anybody in LA, I kind of feel like would know better at this point. Word gets around. Oh my god. So we're going to be careful not to get hit because the white one, those are the ones that hit people. I'm kidding. Oh, they're not showing a movie anymore. Oh, and look, somebody brought their Cadillac to charge there. How do you guys feel about, hey, new member, I can't see everything. I'm super sorry. Like, the screen is so dark. I can't see anything, but hey, new member. I just saw the word new member. Right? What a line. I think the food was not that expensive, though. I mean, LA prices. My life matter. Welcome. Do I owe somebody? Joe is not watching because he would have told me. I look like a failure today of thanking people. But it's super bright, my defense. Fireworks, welcome. Cecilia, thank you so much. I'm walking back up to Hollywood Boulevard and then I'm gonna hop on the train, I think, and just head off to East Hollywood. So I might not walk to Vine. I am really hot. I don't feel dizzy or anything yet. But hey, Cecilia, thank you so much. I do want to say, this is my thing today, I do want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Christmas in August. Welcome, new members. I will add you to the next thank you screen. This week, I'm gonna give you 2 members videos. We did a live and I got really waylaid with my Verizon shit, for lack of a better word, last week. I really wanted to make that Verizon work. Mostly to have a new phone. But I can really just get a new phone with my T-Mobile plan. Yeah, no, I'm gonna walk to, right now I was gonna walk all the way to Vine, but I think I need to walk you guys back up to Hollywood and Highland where there's a 7-Eleven. I'm gonna sign off there and get me some water. So anyway, I do want to thank my members. I appreciate the worry, Mike. Heat is terrible for our bodies. People age faster in the heat. Definitely important to stay hydrated. Yesterday I had a water with me. Today I just drank before I left, and which is always kind of dumb. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We are gonna get to Trailer Park and then we're gonna say goodbye because I'm gonna get me a drink. Joe is gonna be home in a couple of hours. Last week's members video you'll probably get later today or tomorrow. I just have to finish that up. Wednesday will be the new members video day, coincides with the schedule, so we'll either do a members video or live stream, so 2 things coming up for members this week. I will be streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, without fail in most cases, for September. I know I said it in August, but we will be going to Catalina this month. And I still need to eat a whole ice cream cake, Peter Brady ice cream contest style, hands behind back, blindfolded. You know, I have to also tell you, just back to the phone, I'm using my old iPhone 14 right now, and even when, so all this week, one reason I was waylaid or delayed was because I would go out during the day and make private streams with the Verizon brand new iPhone 16 Pro Max whatever, and I honestly felt like the camera was so advanced that it was just kind of, the picture quality looked too digital or something. And I tried shutter speed, I tried everything to get it to be more a little like this one, and I actually kind of love the way this looks. I'm using the Verizon as a backup right now, so mobile hotspot, which is nice, but I really wanted to have a new phone. So what I'm gonna do is, the phone I'm using, I dropped it. So I'm going to get a new iPhone 14 Pro Max and see, that might help me. Yeah, I also feel like with the other phone, everything was a little grayed out. It had a lot of extra features that I had to turn off too. Carlos, I wouldn't mind being in a bucket of lemonade. I'm so tempted to, and I'm going to. It's too hot for me to stand on that corner. I'm not as dying as I'm complaining I am. Oh, did I say that word? We got 2 more blocks. You know, that is really terrible to hear. We'll keep a good thought for him and for all of you. And hey, Will, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh, that's for rent. I hope you guys are calling all these numbers and documenting what the rent is there. I would say $2,700 and it has black mold. Or worse. It looks a little Grey Gardens-y, like it has a raccoon for a building manager. Don't mess with the raccoon building manager. It will bite your face off. Mary, have an awesome day. Thank you so much for sharing the hype with us, but for being here. And recommending Joe steal a motorcycle on Friday night, even though he got in a car. I didn't see Mary's, sorry. Mary, before you go, fireworks. Some extra ones for you and Cecilia. Cecilia and Mary both get a Merry Christmas dinosaur. Thank you guys so much. That's just really lovely. Alright, I don't know if you guys remember, but that over there is not what I think it is. I don't know. I think the Christmas dinosaur is going to become part of our regular thing. Until Christmas time. It's only funny when it's off season. I don't know what's going on here, but looks like a cabinet maker. Hey, Joss. I was mentioning the other day that I kind of love that about Florida, that you could just, although it's can be pretty scary and torrential, that it will just rain for like 10 minutes. Really intensely. Whoa. Really intensely sometimes. Hey, Puggles. And everything is fresh and green. And the alligators come out. I wish it would happen here like that, but we can't handle like rain bursts like that. It's just, LA is not set up for climate change, or whatever we're calling it now. I don't want to offend anybody. Hollywood High, and it's Aaron, the most popular robot at Hollywood High. That's a military. Hey, Brenda, military. I don't know if it's going to be in the screen, driving through the palm trees. Bugs in Florida is they have really lovely names, like a palmetto bug, which is actually a cucaracha. Aaron's full of snacks. Hopefully he's not spilling the iced coffee. I think if I were to get in a helicopter, which I probably would never, the kind I would want to get in was that kind that everybody kind of had in the 70s that was like a glass bowl. I think it's on the cover of the ABBA album, like Arrival. I'm making the glass bowl shape with my right hand, and it looks kind of disgusting to people watching me. Anyway. That's a blessing. Australia is the worst when it comes to bugs, though. I think Australia would be the scariest place to go. Spiders, other things. Getting hit by a random boomerang. Doesn't sound fun. I'm kidding. I would love to go to Australia. Just maybe not deal with those bugs. Not a fan of bugs. So this is the, let's just stop and check this out. These girls think we're checking them out, so. But this is the line to get a burger from In-N-Out Burger. No, not just there. We've seen it worse before. It goes to the next block. Sometimes it goes around the corner. Koalas have chlamydia. I would not hang out with a koala. It would scratch me. I would end up with chlamydia. Chlamydia is not a flower. That's an inside joke to me. I remember going to the school nurse in high school and they would have pamphlets, and I remember one about STDs, as we would call them in the olden days. I think now called STIs. And there was a chlamydia pamphlet, and it was "Chlamydia is not a flower" was the title of it. The only time we've ever come here, Joe and I, we just parked in the parking lot and went inside and got our burger. 5 minutes, maybe less. I'm not a huge fan of In-N-Out Burger though. The burgers are great, but we have so many better burgers in Los Angeles and in California that it's like a waste of a burger night to go to In-N-Out or like McDonald's. I love a fat burger. It also, fat burger feels less fast foody. But there's a place in Silver Lake that we ordered takeout, Uber Eats from, called Heavy Handed, and their burger was really similar to the fat burger. Their sauce was really kind of similar also, but it was more of a smash burger edge, which I love a smash burger. I also like Astro Burger a lot. I'm going to take a right here instead of going to Hollywood Boulevard to walk in the shade a little bit. We're behind Jimmy Kimmel. Whew. So I'm going to sign off here so I can put this away and I won't have to do it, well, maybe not right here. In this next shady spot I see up here. I'm going to sign off up here, and then I'm going to hop on the train and maybe get a water first. Chug that down. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Again, two members video and a members live, or two members videos this week. Thursday night we will stream a little bit later in the evening. We'll be going to DTLA Art Night for the second time, but we're gonna do it a little looser. I'm not gonna pick 5 galleries ahead of time. We're just gonna go with the flow, but we are definitely gonna check out Big Will at the Hive. I'm eventually gonna try the Guinness milkshake. I'm almost ready for something like that right now. I just don't want to feel like I have to waddle home. But so thank you. I want to thank my members one more time. I will add the new members to the screen for the very next live stream and for the members videos. Have an awesome day. If you're in LA, find a way to stay cool. I'm gonna go take a shower. Anyway, thank you so much. I will see ya on Thursday evening. Bye guys.